It's one small step for man.
Mr. President, you must vote for Palestine now. You must vote for the statehood of Palestine now. 63 years have been squandered with no signs of genuine security for the Jews. They have been living with an unsettling fear and have been on the run for their whole history. Not a week goes by where anti-Semitism is not countered in Europe. It is there in Latin America and it is there in Asia. Mr. President, yes, you can change. Since President Truman, none of the American presidents have had the balls to take a stand and do the right thing. Facilitate a lasting solution for the conflict between Israel and Palestine. The talk of two states remains a hoax without recognition of Palestine as a nation. It is a necessity for the security of Israel to recognize Palestine. It will tie the loose ends. Mr. President, one small step for this vote, and it would be a giant leap for peace in the Middle East. The Jews have not been able to breathe freely. There is a genuine phobia that someday a segment of radical Christians will uproot them, as Germany did in the recent past and Spain some 500 years ago. Those were the only nations where the Jews felt home twice in their history, but were betrayed both the times. Mr. President, do the right thing. You must vote for Palestine now. This is the time to vote for the statehood of Palestine. Shamelessly, anti-Semitism continues to operate under the radar right here in the United States. Not a month passes where in the United States without the markings of anti-Semitism. Someone's house is painted with swastika. Someone else, you people, opens the Fire in the Holocaust Museum or demonstrates hateful placards like Christ killers. There are still a few Christians out there who cannot shake this off from their chests. Mr. President, you can put an end to this today. You must vote for Palestine now. Shame on our civilization. Shame on all of us that one group of people has to live in apprehension of the other. It is just not the Jews, but many minorities around the world live in the fears of the other. Shouldn't we feel bad about it? Are we evil that someone has to be afraid of us? It has got to change. This has got to change, Mr. President. You can change that. You must vote for Palestine now. Now is the time. Recognition of Palestine will put an end to the phobias and fears. The Jewish anxieties will subside when they realize for the second time in their history, first one was the creation of Israel, that they are able to live a life of justice, which is a central tenet of Judaism that they had abandoned for the sake of security. It will free their psyche. It will have a dominoes effect. One by one, the Arab nations will recognize Israel's right to exist for a few years. It simply means acceptance of Israel and a welcome to call the neighborhood. Mr. President, that one small step, yes, one small step will lead to a giant change in the Middle East peace process. The real enemies of Israel are those who are milking monies in the name of Israel. It's business to them. They are the Madoffs whose sincerity to Israel is doubtful, but their loyalty to the money is certain. They're manipulators and constantly courts our Congress and Senate to get their way. Look at their articles. Invariably, they are scaring the Jews and asking for donations in the pretext of saving Israel. Heck, they have made it worse for Israel by aggravating the conflicts. That is not right. Mr. President, you can be a catalyst, a change maker. You must vote now. A first serious step towards lasting peace in the Middle East. You must vote now. The Jews need sincerity and not duplicity to feel secure. A genuine security is like feeling in the mother's lap, safe and free from fears. Jews need to feel there is a home for them where they can chat with their friends in a cafe and carry on a conversation without any fear. Have zero fears for the children, go to the school and come back. All that is possible once the Palestinians feel justice is finally served to them. More than that, Jews can live their life again as they want it to be a just people. Help them, release them, give them mukti, give them moksha. They need nirvana. Mr. President, you can change that so they can live a normal life like you and I and every one of us Americans. You must vote for Palestine now. Don't miss this opportunity. President Obama, you have an opportunity to finalize the transaction for Israel, which was opened by President Truman. Prior to the President Truman's decision to recognize Israel, he was vehemently opposed by many in his administration, including the Secretary of the State, George Marshall. Harry Truman was threatened that his administration will be wrecked. Indeed, the wise men firmly opposed recognition of Israel. Did Truman budge? Did Truman budge? No, he didn't. President Obama, he will be equally hounded by Fox News and the right-wingers. They will hound you to give this up. They will chase you. Mr. President, if you yield to the negative forces and veto for Palestinian statehood, America's stature in the community of the nations will be damaged. We don't need to wait for another Truman to close this transaction. We cannot wait. You must save Israel from this state of anxiety until another Truman is born. And you must give hope to the Palestinians. Shame on the world for stripping them, the Palestinians, from the very basics of life, a home and a nationality that they can call their own. You have a choice. You have a choice, Mr. President. A choice to stand up and act with courage and to leave a lasting legacy of bringing genuine security to Israel and sincere hope for the Palestinians. Have the balls, Mr. President. Have the balls to be one-time president, but do the right thing. Earn back your Nobel Prize or go down in history as another one of them useless men who did nothing. It's time for you. It's time for you to recognize Palestine and continue the peace process. It will abate the strife between Jews and Muslims and restore the cordiality that existed prior to the World War I. It is good for Israel, good for Palestine, good for America, and good for the Middle East and good for the world. Mr. President, you must not miss this opportunity. You must vote now. Vote for Palestinian statehood. Vote now, yes, for Palestine. Thank you, Mr. President.